Hey folks, it's Tom, your frugal prepper. So, impacts. So I had a couple of Husky impacts. I had this one originally. This was a great little impact, and it still works. But when it gets cold outside, it just doesn't want to work in the cold. But as long as it's warm, this one works great. But I got this one, which is the bigger, like 800 foot-pound one or whatever. And this one is really awesome, and it seems to work fine when it's cold outside. So. You know, it's got the Husky quality assured sticker. So I went over and I bought the little Stubby Impact last fall when this guy started giving me trouble in the cold, and it just didn't have hardly any. Erica would say it didn't have any beans. So I got this one, and this one worked great. And so I just decided I'd keep the short little Impact. Little stubby one just for when I need to get into tight places, even though it didn't have a lot of power. However, I don't know, I've used that thing less than 20 times. I got it out the other day, lost all its beans. It just, you know, you could hold the socket still in your hand and squeeze the trigger, try oiling it, all that, just junk. So I took it back because it said I had a 2-year warranty. Took it back over to Home Depot, and they pulled the whole, like, oh, unless you bought the warranty plan, you're supposed to mail it in. They're like, well, okay, if you want to go get another one, you can go get another one, we'll exchange it out. So I go back, look around, there isn't anymore. So I come back up front, I'm like, you guys don't seem to carry them anymore. And so then the guy that was supposed to be in the tool area is evidently standing up at the front desk. He's like, oh yeah, we quit carrying those. I'm like, you know why you quit carrying them? They're a piece of trash. Like a complete piece of junk. I haven't liked it since I took it out of the box, and now it's completely dead. So I'm like, well, I just want my money back. You know, you sell this part, it's supposed to have a 2-year warranty, you quit carrying it because you know it's junk. Just want my money back. Oh, no problem, we'll give you your money back. And so I have my original receipt and everything. Boom. I'm like, okay, where's my money? They're like, oh, it went back on your Home Depot card. So at the time that I bought those, I was tight on money, and I really would have liked to have got maybe an earthquake or something a little better. But I'm like, hey, I have a Home Depot card, I can make payments. Well, I done paid it off with some interest, you know, and now they're putting it back on my card, and I'm like, but you guys don't have one that I can replace it with now. So now I have a big old credit on my Home Depot card that I can't use. And so then I was talking to my mom, and she was like, why don't you go on their website, and maybe they have something else online you can buy. And then I was like, whoa, yeah, because they sell all kinds of stuff through online. And so I bought this guy for $2 less than what the Home Depot one cost. This is the Nitrocat Extreme Power, which we're going to see how this guy works. I watched a review on this where Bearded CB has been using this thing for a year, like breaking lug nuts off of semis and stuff, and it's held up. So I'm hoping I'll be happy with this one. And yes, I know I should probably just get an Astro Nano, but again, I wanted to put it on my Home Depot card at the time, and I needed something that day. So here it is. It's definitely a little heavier than the Home Depot one. You can tell that there is some meat in the front end of this guy. It's metal up here, composite back here. There's the screws. It's got your pretty typical little power setting thing there, and forward reverse power. So we're gonna go ahead and put an air fitting on this guy and see if she works. Okay, so I got my tool here, I got my fitting. Let's go ahead and put this on. Now this looks like this is sealed up with an O-ring right here. So I want to get a bigger wrench that will handle this. What is it, like maybe a 3/4? It's bigger. thing's huge. It's not a 7/8. See what we got over here. Maybe a big old crescent wrench here. That. Look at this. All right. Okay. I'm going to put a little oil in there, if I can find my oil. There it is. Okay. Now let me get an air hose. Alright, let's grab a socket. I need to rotate a tire on my car anyway. I'm missing my 19 there. Where's it at? Here's my 19. Okay. I got to rotate a tire on my car. I did a cross rotation. And now I got a vibration up in the front. And I got a little bit of scalloping going on that tire. I think it's a balancing issue. I'm going to rotate it to the back and make sure the noise moves to the back before I try to deal with it. So, let's go do that. Okay, there we go. Should tighten it off good. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about jack stands. I'm not gonna get under the car. Let's see here. Let's get it on reverse. All right. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Nope, not on the side of it. Get stuck on me. I don't want to put my hand on the bottom of that wheel because I'm only on a jack. In case it would fall, I don't want my hand crushed under that tire. Doesn't seem to have it hit as hard going forward as it does in reverse though. Seems a little high, 100 foot-pounds, but that's what she says. Yeah, see, it didn't even take it to 100. I still got to go more. So that gunning forward is pretty weak sauce. I mean, I didn't hammer on it, but still. I'll just check them all. Definitely wouldn't want to send somebody out driving with them that loose. Check them all. Alright, so let's go take her for a shimmy and see if that vibration moved to the back. I'm sure it will. That tire is scalloped. Every 2 treads, there's a low one. So that's on the inside. Every time I've seen that, it's a balance issue or a bent rim issue. I mean, worn suspension can cause scalloping, but it's usually not that regular. Yeah, all the noise in the field that was in this wheel before, right here, is gone now. So, and that noise has moved to the back. So, it's that back tire rim. What I'll do is find a place that can balance it, and probably just put a used tire on there for now, or maybe it's just time to get me 4 new tires. I am just a little bit out of alignment here, you can see. So it might be time for 4 new tires and a good alignment. Anyway, I'm probably gonna put it off for a while. I'll just leave the noise in the back and be happy. Okay. Yeah, there we go. This thing seems to break them loose okay. 550 foot-pounds maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe if you hold on the trigger long enough, sure. But I think this Nitrocat will be very acceptable for when I need to get back in there and do like hub bolts, stuff like that in tight places. But yeah, I'll let you know how this thing works out and if it holds up. I'm fairly happy with it. Probably still rather have an Astro Nano at some point. It seems like a good gun. My friend, who's a mechanic, has been using the crap out of his little earthquake stubby. He's been real happy with it too. I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, Frugal Prepper.